Alex Eala is about to walk onto the most famous lawn in tennis history. Not as a wild card, not as a feel-good story, as a seeded player, something no Filipino in 148 years of Wimbledon has ever been able to say. And here is what nobody is talking about loudly enough. The tennis world did not give her this moment. She took it, match by match, breakpoint by breakpoint, on a surface she barely touched before June 1st. Okay, the seeding first, because I genuinely do not think people are feeling how insane this is. 148 years. Wimbledon has been running since 1877. Kings and queens have sat in that royal box. Every major champion the sport has ever produced has walked through those gates. Steffi Graf, Martina Navratilova, Serena Williams. And in all of that time, through every era, every wave of the sport growing globally, every expansion of the draw, not one Filipino player had ever been seeded at this tournament. Not one, man or woman. Until now. And here is the thing that makes it even more remarkable. 6 weeks ago, she was ranked number 37 in the world with 0 grass court titles and a clay season that had gone French Open first round, Rome first round, Strasbourg first round, 3 consecutive early exits. The critics were asking whether she was a one-surface player, whether the ceiling had arrived. Then she went to Birmingham on June 1st, won it. 5 matches, barely dropped a set until the final, broke a 6-year Czech curse to lift the trophy. Her name is now on the same trophy as Maria Sharapova, Ash Barty, and Angelique Kerber. Then straight to Berlin. No rest, no break, walked in as a wild card, genuinely the last name added to the entry list, into a draw with Sabalenka, Gauff, Rybakina, Svitolina, and Pegula. Round 1, Vekic, the freshly crowned Queen's Club champion, down 0-40 in the final game. Held 1-7-5, 6-4. Round 2, Elena Rybakina, world number 2, Wimbledon champion, the player who had beaten Alex 6-4, 6-3 on clay in Rome just 5 weeks earlier. Rybakina opened the match with an ace, led 4-1 in the first set, and then Alex won 3 straight games, got to 6-5, missed her first set point, stayed calm, won it 7-5. In the second set, built a 4-2 lead, went to serve for the match, and immediately went down 0-40. 3 breakpoints against the world number 2, with the biggest win of her career on the line. Saved all 3, 2 unreturnable serves, 6-4. Now here is the stat I keep coming back to. Against Rybakina, Alex won 19 second serve return points. Rybakina won 9. The woman with arguably the most dangerous serve in women's tennis was being out-returned on her own second ball at more than 2-1. That is not just good returning. That is Alex stepping inside the baseline and ending rallies before Rybakina can even start them. On grass, where the ball stays low and you have almost no time. That is what winning looks like at this level. Said afterward, "I'm still shaking." The tennis she played was not shaking at all. Quarterfinals, Svitolina, world number 8, won 6-3, 6-4. 19 winners, 9 unforced errors. Said in the press conference, "I don't think there's any more pressure on me than there is on her." 21 years old. Quarterfinals of a WTA 500. Said it like she meant it, because she did. Semifinals, Noskova stopped the run. Honest result. But to beat Alex, Noskova needed 20 aces across the tournament, a rain delay that slowed the court, and an hour and 9 minutes of nearly perfect tennis against someone running on empty after 3 brutal matches in 4 days. That is how difficult she made it. Those 4 matches, Vekic, Rybakina, Svitolina, Noskova, pushed her from number 35 to number 30 and straight into the Wimbledon seedings. And the story around Berlin went beyond the tennis. When she beat Rybakina, something happened in the Filipino diaspora that tournament organizers were not remotely prepared for. Group chats that had been quiet for months exploded. People who had never thought about flying to Germany were checking flights. Nurses who had worked night shifts booked morning trains. Students rearranged their schedules. Families who had not seen each other in years planned reunions in the stands of a tennis stadium in Berlin because a 21-year-old Filipino had just beaten the world number 2 and was not stopping. The tournament opened sections of the stadium that had been sealed off for years, brought in extra security, arranged temporary seating. A spokesperson stood at a press conference and said, "The demand is unlike anything we have ever seen." And still the queues stretched around the building. The day after Alex lost to Noskova, Pegula played Noskova in the final. Good match. Two legitimate champions competing properly. And the Steffi Graf Stadium was half empty. Whole sections that had been overflowing 24 hours earlier sat completely vacant. Discounted tickets, school giveaways, corporate outreach, nothing filled them. A tournament official said afterward, "We underestimated the impact of Alex's presence. The Filipino community did not come to watch tennis. They came to watch her. When she was eliminated, they had no reason to stay." That sentence tells you more about where Alex Eala is right now than any ranking number can. Now, Wimbledon and Renata Zarazua. This is where I need you to pay attention, because a lot of people are going to look at world number 29 seed versus world number 76 and think this is a formality. It is not. Zarazua has beaten Alex before. August 2024, ITF event, won the first set 6-3. Alex fought back to take the second, and Zarazua closed out the third. She knows how the left-handed serve works. She knows where the forehand goes, which angles Alex favors, how she plays when a match gets tight. There is no mystery here for the Mexican. She has the blueprint. And then it gets stranger. These two were doubles partners at last year's French Open. They reached the second round together. They have stood on the same side of the net and competed as a team. Zarazua knows Alex's game not from watching tape. She knows it from being next to her in pressure moments. That is a very specific kind of knowledge that is hard to prepare for. On pure talent and current form, Alex is clearly the better player. The last 6 weeks prove that beyond any argument. But here is the thing about being seeded at a Grand Slam for the first time that nobody talks about properly. As a wild card, there is zero pressure. Every win is a bonus. If your opponent beats you, they beat a wild card, fine. The moment you are seeded, that completely flips. Now you are expected to win. Every error feels heavier. Every break of serve feels like a question being asked about whether you really belong here. You are not the hunter anymore. You are what everyone else is hunting. Alex has never navigated this at a Grand Slam. And Zarazua, who has beaten her, knows her game, and has absolutely nothing to lose, is precisely the kind of opponent who makes seeded first-timers uncomfortable. The only answer is to play exactly the way she played in Berlin. Aggressive from the first ball, left-handed serve going wide on the deuce court, tee on the ad side, varying it constantly so Zarazua cannot settle into a read. Inside-out forehand controlling the middle, stepping inside the baseline on every second serve return, dictating before Zarazua can establish her own rhythm. Conservative tennis loses this match. Not because Zarazua is better, she is not, but because a tight, scrappy three-setter at 4-4 in the deciding set is exactly where an opponent with nothing to lose beats a seeded player feeling the weight of expectation for the first time. Alex cannot let it get there.